Hello everyone, hello Doge family. Guys, is this massive head and shoulders pattern that we have been forming for about the last few months since about the middle of April. We have had the shoulder here, the head and the shoulder right here, and I was afraid of this actually playing out, because if it did play out, which it did, this could signal a lot of bearish movement and a lot of bearish price action. So, first thing I noticed is we fell below this trend line. Don't disregard the black line because that's just a drawing of it, but you can see this red trend line right underneath it. We can see that this was the actual neckline and we fell below it. If we zoom in, it comes down to buying pressure, meaning that we have a lot of attention and focus on the crypto market at the moment, and that's a good sign that could act as a positive catalyst for us. Ethereum is currently up a little bit over 3%, Dogecoin going up a little bit over 3% now. Dogecoin itself has actually seen a bit of a decrease when it comes down to total trading volume and buying pressure. Guys, we are sitting at 5.7 billion. Earlier today we were sitting at 7 billion. This means that we have less people paying attention to Dogecoin. We have less people purchasing Doge. Again, volume is where the magic with this token lies. You know, I like to emphasize that. I know I sound like a broken record, but ASW always, I'm trying to keep it simple and easy for you, so I will even leave a link in the description that gives you access to that volume. I'm not going to go over that again. What I want to go ahead and cover here is how we are beginning to develop a more clear pattern for ourselves. Yes, we are consolidating that this time in a very clear manner, right, in a more tasteful manner compared to how we were doing so before with this annoying ugly barcode just line looking pattern here, right? We are just going sideways here, consolidating, but we have low points, high points, low points, high points. You get the picture, right? And we have previously validated this general 16-cent area as a support 2 times in the past, nearly 3 here. This was more so around the 17-cent area, but you can see that once we came down, met this area, we pushed, we came down, we fell below it right around here, right, and we bounced right back out. And I was like, oh, maybe this head and shoulders pattern won't end up fulfilling itself, right? Maybe we are just going to continue trending right around here, maybe start moving upwards and so far and so forth, right? But after that we had a small retest right around here and broke below once again before a tiny little retest and just insane amount of bearish movement since then. And I was still confused. I was like, wait, what's going on? We don't see any kind of significant volume picking up in the red. As you can see, we didn't have any red volume right around here at all when we were falling. You can see it down here, not much selling pressure at all. And usually when the head and shoulders pattern finishes, there's a lot of selling pressure that goes on right after, which drags the price down very quickly. However, I didn't see that. I was like, maybe this ISNT going to EDN up fulfilling, we are going to bounce back up. But then what ended up happening is we had this massive sell-off on June 20th, so 2 days ago as of now. And in the morning we just had a mass amount of selling pressure, which could have been from the Asian time zone, some crypto whales selling it of, and we went down all the way to about the 16.5 price mark for price point for Dogecoin, and we had a lot of red volume pick up, right, and that was a bad sign. I was like, hey, this could signal some bad news. We could be getting ready to buy in some more on the dip. Bekwase, if you take a look, the last time we had this much volume, red volume, was like, we had this pretty decent drop or back around here after the SNL days, middle of May, after we had that huge post SNL sell off, right? Those are like the only times we had a lot of volume pick up, right? So what's going on right now? Well, if we take a look at the closer charts, we can see right here what could have been happening is a potential double bottom as of just a few hours ago that it's been forming, and this could mean that we could be signaling a bottom and as long as we don't break below around the 17-cent area. Looks like we were in healthy shape, and this double bottom could end up fulfilling and we could just end up going higher and higher and higher. However, there is one concern that I did like to take we will let you guys know about. Of course, it's this trend right here, which is the 200 moving average, not actually the 200 moving average. If we take a look here, where is this Oki? So I actually removed it, but it was a 50 moving average. But let's see where that is. Give me 1 second. Alright, let's see 50 moving average. Alright, so the 50 moving average, we are below it right now, right, which does signal that we are in a bearish kind of sentiment because we are trending downwards. But hopefully I'm looking at this and I am like, hey, we got this massive green handlestick showing up right now on the charts in a pretty decent amount of volume pushing up. Along with it, we could be heading up higher very, very soon. So that's my hope, is that we can actually break above this trend line, and that would actually signal that, hey, we agree in a more bullish territory and that there could be a lot of buying pressure that steps in. But just tailing a look at worst case scenario, what could happen? I have a quick little Fibonacci retracement that I could show you guys. Why is the crypto market down? China's crackdown on cryptos comes days after Musk's shock announcement. Musk's decision signifies a sharp U-turn for Tesla, who only started accepting Bitcoin as payment for its services in February 2021. It came after the electric car company bought $1.5 billion of Bitcoin shares, which in turn sent the market price of both the crypto and Tesla soaring. Yet the impact on the environment of Bitcoin mining, a complicated process of minting new digital tokens, has seen Tesla withdraw this option for customers. The billionaire entrepreneur said, "We are concerned about rapidly increasing use of fossil fuel for Bitcoin mining and transactions, especially coal, which has the worst emissions of any fuel." Musk reaffirmed his belief that cryptocurrency has a promising future, but that it cannot come at great cost to the environment in his Twitter post. Musk has been a longtime advocate of cryptocurrencies, and the Tesla decision was felt across the market, with other digital tokens going down in price. Now let's evaluate another technical analysis. What did she say? Dogecoin. Daily Tech Analysis, June 23, 2021. Dogecoin rallied by 6.83% on Tuesday. Partially reversing a 36.3% tumble from Monday, Dogecoin ended the day at $0.1908. A mixed start to the day saw Dogecoin slide to an early morning low $0.1656 before making a move. Steering clear of the first major support level at $0.1355, Dogecoin rallied to an early morning intraday high $0.2168. Falling well short of the first major resistance level at $0.2513, Dogecoin slid back to 16 cents levels before finding support. A Dogecoin recovery to 19 cents levels delivered the upside on the day. At the time of writing, Dogecoin was down by 3.11% to $0.1849. A mixed start to the day saw Dogecoin rise to an early morning high $0.1925 before falling to a low $0.1805. Dogecoin left the major support and resistance levels untested early on. For the day ahead, Dogecoin would need to move back the $0.1902 pivot to bring the first major resistance level at $0.2174 into play. Support from the broader market would be needed, however, for Dogecoin to break out from Tuesday's high $0.2168. Barring an extended crypto rally, the first major resistance level and resistance at 22 cents would likely cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, Dogecoin could test resistance at 25 cents before any pullback. The second major resistance level sits at $0.2441. Failure to move back through the $0.1902 pivot would bring the first major support level at $0.1635 into play. Barring another extended sell-off, however, Dogecoin should steer clear of sub-15 cents levels. The second major support level sits at $0.1363. A sustained fall through the 62% fib of $0.2882 led to the formation of a near-term bearish trend from 8th May's swing high $0.7427.